fake news or fake media really relates to us as well. We are confronted with fake testimonials, wrong customer complaints. So for every risk professional, it is absolutely crucial, and it will become even more crucial in the future, to definitely verify your sources and understand exactly the bigger picture.
The industrialization of fraud. It is the extent to which perpetrators of fraud are specializing and creating a value chain almost. They're specializing in one little area and taking their cut of that. And what it does is it produces fraud on a far grander scale than merchants were used to.
It's not just keeping fraud away, but it's still managing that balance of still trying to acquire the user. It takes a lot of monitoring, a lot of collaborating with so many different departments and tools to be able to not just turn down fraud away, but also make sure you're still getting the traffic flowing in.
The most important mark of success in the industry is remaining current about how payments technology and payment security work well together.
Well, I'd like to think that we are going to see some regulators that are going to come out with legal frameworks that is clearer. It already started, and that others are just going to follow, and that it will get to a point where we can all talk the same language.
The speed of technology is essentially taking things more towards the Internet of Things, taking it more towards not just a wearable environment, but actually an embedded capability. So things like a chip in your finger, this is now being experimented with. Give it a few years, that's almost certainly going to come through.
We're dealing with information, we're dealing with data, we're dealing with trying to make sense out of patterns. I would say those are and present a picture of the best obtainable version of the truth.
The best practice is monitor, monitor, monitor. Just onboarding a merchant is not enough. You've got to check and check and check afterwards and go back and check again. We have to utilize our credit risk skills, our fraud management skills. The big things that are coming are machine learning and artificial intelligence, the use of big data, because as a processor we see it all. So we need to look at that, put it all together and learn from it.
Ignorance really is not an excuse, that you really need to ensure that you understand exactly what your merchants are doing. And you also really need to have the solid understanding of the regulatory environment everywhere where that merchant's operating. So not just where they're located, but wherever their cardholders are, where their customers are. They need to make sure that they fully understand what the laws are, what the regulations are, and that the merchant has the appropriate controls in place to make sure that they're being compliant.
Education is, of course, the goal number one here, connecting the people, having an interesting dialogue. And I think everyone feels encouraged to really share their knowledge, to share their best practices, and that's what makes this interesting community.